Well, welcome back. Hopefully that wasn't a longer intro. I tried going unlisted and then public, so we'll see. But welcome to the Professional Creative Images, or PC Images, live stream. Today, I'm going to be talking about a little adventure I had back at the beginning of March with a whole bunch of swans in a pond just around the corner from me. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful day it turned out to be. And what a bunch of swans. All right, let's get into it a little bit. I think in this one, I'm gonna play the video and then voice over a little bit. But voice over how the day went. How the adventure went. So let's move into video. So at the midway point through this halfway through the video, but we're probably about 3 hours into this adventure, I decided to pull up a chair and plant it down, and well, things got a little messy. Snow got soft and made a blooper. So that's how I started this video out. And so far it's doing pretty good, so pretty happy with that. So I hope that everybody's doing good. I'm Reg Schmitz, Professional Creative Images from Ontario, Canada. Wildlife photographer, videographer, sports photographer, videographer. And let's get into the video. Just make sure the chat's up. Chat's good there. Chat's good there. Need that. We can actually probably just hold on to that like that. Oh. Transition over. Still see me. Don't know why it does that. Yep, so there's the beginning of the video. All right, here we go. Whoop. Swan Pond Party. Well, I didn't say much here, but mushy, yeah. So at this point here, I didn't just get down there. I'd already been down there for a little bit, shooting from basically the south side, which is to the left of this part of the clip here. And I was too far away from most of the stuff, because to the right, or basically just in front, where I'm going to come up on it, and that's where the pond part was, or well, just the melted part of the pond. The whole thing's a pond, and it was just a matter of getting as close as I could to it. It had snowed the day before, then got really warm and melted, and then got cold again. So I wasn't really sure how far I was going to be able to get out to the edge, because even right where I am right now, it's just pretty much all swamp. It's just frozen, so it's pretty good. So let's move on a little bit and get set up. This is working my way here towards the water. I get some video of them. There's 13 swans, 2 mutes, and 11 trumpets that were there. Trumpeter swans. I always just short and say trumpet swans, but they're trumpeter. There's 3 of them that are tagged. I thought that there was only 2 in here, but there ended up being 3. In the greater Toronto area, they have them tagged because they're trying to figure out what they do, whether they stay around or fly a little more south throughout the winter. So there's one of the trumpeter swans there that are tagged. And right here, I was just concentrating on taking some photos of the mute swan. It was kind of cleaning itself and doing some neck bend and cleaning, and it's kind of funny. So yeah, I'm just forgot where I was at now, but mute swan. So go back to the video. Just showing a little bit of me, my rig set up there. It's Canon 1DX Mark II, 70/200, version 1 with a 2x teleconverter extender. I had my S24 Galaxy at that time before I lost it, and both video with 1DX and the S24. And then the mic, which was a new mic I had at that point. Oh, a bit chilly. So that's pretty much the pond there. Well, the whole thing's a pond. I keep saying a pond, but that's the melted water section there. So there's Canadian geese there. Canada geese. Why am I saying Canadian geese now? I watch other YouTubers and they mess me up. Canada geese, mallard ducks, golden eyes, gulls. There was a few other ravens that were up above. All right, back to the video. And I was trying to figure out the other day what we call the hay grass and that. This is bulrushes in front of me, dead winterized bulrushes. And there's the mute swan. That's the other mute swan on the other side. 2 trumpeter swans there to the right of it. All just resting and relaxing. It was absolutely gorgeous day, just right on the 0 Celsius mark, so snow's melting, but at the same time still kind of not melting. it was nice to be out there. So here's some relaxing shots and neck bending shots of trumpeter swans. So I was trying to get out of those bulrushes and get a little bit closer so that I could get some video and some stills without that bulrush and hay grass in my way. So I moved my way a little bit farther in and closer to the pond, or the melted part of the pond. And this is where the blooper comes. I kind of thought she was pretty solid in there. So take a seat. Oh yeah, this is good. Oh! And, well, the snow wasn't quite as packed as I thought it was. So I got a little bit clearer video here. It was a little dark. My settings were not quite where I wanted them on the S24, but there is a blue heron too in the far back, but it didn't come any closer. So just watching these 2 trumpeter swans. They weren't really sure what I was doing, so they're kind of keep checking me out, and they kept getting closer and closer. And along the way, they're either falling through the ice or looking for something to eat, which here you can see the one on the left there kind of grabbed something. Didn't quite like it, so I got some pictures of it. This is one of our local swans that they're keeping the track of where it is and where it goes, and it mostly stays. She stays here pretty much all winter. That's the other one hanging behind there. And it was pretty curious on what I was doing, so it slowly made its way over. Finding whatever it could whatever they could along the way. And of course I get some pictures here of it not liking again what it's found, but still trying to eat it. Some sort of a bug by the looks of it, but I don't know what it was. But I definitely didn't like the taste. So I'll go through some of the photos and stuff like that after we go through the video. Yeah, so there's the 4 there. There's 1 mute swan and 3 trumpeter swans there. There's 1 to the left. There's the 2 that are in front of me right there. And then there's 2 more down like this. In the middle, there's a section that's melting, and it's like a little river canal, I guess, that they could swim up. And to the left of me right now, there, oh, you see them right there. You see the 2 there. And then there was a couple more over far to the right opposite the 4 other ones. It was a beautiful day. I was kind of disappointed that I had my settings off and it made it so dark in the video. There's a couple seagulls too that come super close to me. Oh, this is where it's got like another bug or a branch or something it was trying to eat, and didn't quite enjoy that. Oh, here they come. They were at this point right now. It's hard to see in the video, but when I was there, they're probably about 15 feet away from me. So. Oh yeah, this is where whatever this is found, it's stuck in the mouth, and both of them just did not like whatever they were eating. And this is my thumbnail photo there, because it just bending its neck like, what am I eating? I'll attempt to do it again here. And the photos are good. I turned to vertical mode here, which I did enjoy both video and the photos this way. I should have done more like this, but yeah, try it again. God, what am I trying to eat? No, that one was great there. It's just, it was stuck to its mouth. It couldn't get it down its throat, or whatever was on it tasted horrible, so it was spitting it back out. And that's where it keeps trying to want to eat it. Whoops. Ugh, a sore ear. Yeah, that's a great shot too. It's right on the end of its mouth, and then it just spits it back out. I never zoomed in to see what it was, but it was some sort of bug that, or not necessarily bug, but they eat, just looking there like, no, not gonna try that again. Whatever kind of bug or mold or whatever it is. I don't, swans eat mold, or eat bugs, so yeah. And you should always like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Alright, so I moved over a little bit farther here to get closer to the other ones that were more to the right of the water part of the pond. And again, the hay grass bulrushes were in my way. But as you can see here, It's just the way that the camera was when I moved it to try to get farther in. So we got, I think we got 11 at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think there's 10 in the, well, I don't know if, yeah, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 in the pond, right? Well, not in the pond, but, and I think the other one's off to the right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're moving all over the place. I can't see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's still 10. The other 2 are up the other way. So between the ducks and the swans, they were enjoying the water, enjoying obviously spring around the corner, which has been a long haul for spring to come. We're just kind of getting into the good warm weather now. All the snow's gone, and it's pretty much over a month from when I did this video. So this mallard ducks just whipping around. They have a little bit of fun here as they kind of chase each other and do some shenanigans. And the swans, you can see making their way up the left there in the middle, up that little canal that's, and they meet up with the other 2 that are way up there. And a whole bunch of ducks come landing down there to the left. The blue heron is there for a little bit. He's kind of got it. It's back to me. It's coming up in the video in a little bit, but I was mostly just concentrating on those 2 swans there, but some of that and the ducks. I was going to get some of my equipment right now, so it's pretty much just stuck where it is. Oh, I haven't left yet. I'm locking it in now to leave it like that, just focused on those 2. And then I end up leaving pretty much as the clip goes back to them to go get some stuff that was a little farther down. It's got this. Still had some warmer snow pants on, but it was pretty good that day. I mean, on the 0 after it's been minus 30 and 10 for majority of the rest of the month. It's pretty warm. It feels pretty warm, so I guess I should always more face the camera this way. Still getting used to how I want to do this video and how I want to put it up. I know on YouTube for this video it pretty much just goes up this way. I had to edit the one from last week because it was so long. So this is done. I'm on the outro, so I guess I didn't show the blue heron. There's 2 other swans to my left here. They're in this is the river that's beside the pond, the main river that leads into the Lake Ontario.
Ravens or crows?
So just wait for those 2 swans. I just kind of pan over. This part's on my iPhone. You see the 2 there.
Very low.
It was pretty soggy. The snow was melting, so.
Well, probably close out here then, since the battery's gonna die. Some mute swans, some mallard ducks. Anyways, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and we'll see you in the next one.
All right. right back here in the full camera. Oh, little stretch. So let's move over to a little bit more about the photos and some of the settings that were for most of them. And live chat. Alright. No questions. So what's here? So these are two of the tagged ones, a C95 and 88, I think, or 86, are in these two photos here. They pretty much hang around most of the lakefront for pretty much the whole winter, anywhere from, well, way east. It would start out about Kingston area and come all the way down to about Hamilton. These two here mostly end up just hanging right around Lynn Shores area in the front of the lake, which is basically Whitby, which is pretty close to where I'm at. So yeah. So at this point, this photo through the bulrushes, hay grass there, I was at 400 millimeters at f8 at 1/2000th of a second, ISO 1000. The hay grass or bulrushes got in the way. I was definitely trying to concentrate on getting the three of them together, so the mute in the middle and then the two trumpet swans, but it didn't quite work. And I'm always waiting for the Love Heart Swan picture. I'm still working on trying to get one of the good ones where they both bend their necks and are close together and you get that beautiful heart. So they cross in there. In the background there, the mute swan's kind of picking up some water and cleaning itself. You can see it doing a little splishing and splashing, and then it ended up getting out. And my settings for those all four photos there, I stayed pretty much at the same, so 400 f8, 1/2000, and ISO 1000. So same there, shaking herself a little bit like a dog, not really like a dog, but getting all the water off her. This mute swan's very friendly too. I've had a couple close encounters, really close up, and no tags on this one, but very friendly. And yeah, I thought I got some video of it, but she was down in the riverside there and just basically come right up to me. I got some photos, but the lens was even too long for how close she was, because she was only about 2 feet away from me. And yeah, I just really couldn't get any good shots that were worth showing for that one. So this is this 95? That's 95. Around quite a bit in this area too. And then I went back to the mute, and you can see the Canada geese back there. Most of them female mallard, and male mallard ducks. And the other two trumpeter swans to the left there, just relaxing. And this another angle, got a little bit farther over to my right. Get a picture of this one that was more to the right of the other two that were sleeping there, or relaxing, sleeping and standing up sleeping. So settings haven't changed, still 400 f8, 1/2000, ISO 1000. I think this is 80, 88. She's back in the water. Trolling around. I think this is 95. So this is where they were both out of the water and getting ready to find some food as they were making their way sort of towards me, trying to figure out what I was doing. Mostly what gets them, well, I guess what gets them sort of intrigued about what's going on is definitely when I take the photos with the 1DX, the mirror shutter on it is pretty loud, especially when I fire off a lot of shots in one sequence. So they wonder what that noise is, and they seem to want to come closer, and then sort of didn't get any closer and didn't really care. But and you can see in some of the photos where looking right at me like, what are you doing? So but they're both searching for food here. The snow was pretty bright in this one, so my settings did get changed here. I was still at max with 400 mil at f8, but I bumped up to 1/3200 of a second. Still ISO 1000, and I probably could have stayed maybe 2500. Would have got a little bit more feather detail and maybe kind of knock some of that blue shadow. There's a lot of blue shadow coming from the sky, and it's, well, as you can see in the video, it was just a gorgeous day. No clouds, sky was just wide open. Alright, so next one, these ones are pretty much in sequence of trying to pick up the food and or bug or mold or not mold, I don't know. whatever was on the ice, algae, frozen algae, I don't know. They eat all. So it's starting to come towards me here, and settings still all the same for pretty much all of these shots. They were like that with 400 f8, 1/3200, ISO 1000. So, and it's a sequence here where I pick up that first bit of food and really didn't like it. I'll go through a few of those. Settings are still all the same here. Again, maybe on this right shadow side here, maybe in post I could have added a bit more to it, a little bit more. I didn't want to blow out this other side, and it's already kind of pretty bright, you know. But also the face and the eyes and stuff, I didn't want to get a little bit too bright there, and then you wouldn't be able to see the eyes and or what they were eating. So this is where I moved over to get away from the bulrushes and the hay grass. Still same settings here. 400 f8, 1/3200, ISO 1000. Almost at 100. Looking at the three trumpeter swans and the mute in the middle. Ooh, sorry, I gotta sneeze. Oh, it was there. Oh, no sneeze. So back to the two tags ones as they're wandering around, coming closer to me, wondering what's going on, plus kind of just looking for food. I keep saying settings wise, I did bump back down to 1/2000 of a second, but still at my maximum or yeah, my maximum distance of 400 millimeters and f8 still, 1 ISO 1000. So just a shutter speed change there for that shot. And then now it's staying the same for this one too. Making her way towards me, but then finds this, I thought was a stick, but then it gets kind of stuck. I don't know if you see it here. Spits it back out. Wonders, ugh, what kind of horrible taste is that? And it's dropped it. It's even in the video it happens fast, but it's, and then just gave me this great neck bending, oh god, that was horrible, whatever it was eating. So, and then just leaves it there. So now I switched to a vertical mode for both video and stills. Back on this, on the other one, attempting to find some other, a bug or something that was on the ice. And once I went vertical, though, I did I bumped the shutter speed back up again, so I'm 1/3200th of a second, but still pushed 400 max out on the lens, millimeter, 400 millimeter f8, ISO 1000. I think I get it. Attempting to maybe pick that, no, not in that one. It was, I went back to this one, who was not liking its food and having a, or whatever it had happened to get, it was, looked like it was stringy or whatever. It was stuck on the beak and couldn't get rid of it. Went back to this one, still looking at what it was attempting to eat. I really don't know what it was. I should zoom in on the photo. See if we can see this way. It looks like a fish or something, but I don't know. So that's the quality. I mean, the 1DX Mark II still puts out great images. I am always so so grateful when I get to use that. It's my top camera pretty much for still photography. The video is a bit tough with it, so I have my R7 for that. Need the viewfinder. The mirror obviously in the 1DX is in the way, and when you open the mirror and you can't look through the viewfinder, looking in the back of the screen, once you're focused on your subject, then it's not too bad. There's, then you can kind of look at the rear screen, especially if you're on a tripod, move around, which is how some of this video was done. Most of it was done with my S24, so that I can video and shoot at the same time. I really do like that, so that I can kind of get this, the same sequence. So the sequence of the shots while you're seeing the video and it actually happening. So same as in this case here, just trying to eat whatever this is, fish or tadpole, or I don't know, that's maybe trying to get along. I don't know what it is, but and you can watch the video and see it picking it up and tossing it around and not enjoying it and spitting it out, which is possible. It could be a frog or a tadpole. I don't know. It's gonna be way too early for that. That was all frozen, unless it was already from before. But we'll move on to the next one here, whatever it is. Let's try zooming in on that one. It definitely looks like a fish of some sort, or a tadpole. I don't know. Yeah, it gets a bit too blurry when I'm there. That's 110% there, so yeah, great shot. All settings are still the same. Here it's kind of getting it more towards its back of its mouth, and then just spits it out. Doesn't like it. The settings still the same. That was sequence 6 shots there. Maybe one was missing. Yeah, just looking around thinking, hey, you know what, you guys got something better to eat? I just tried eating that and that's no good. So I'm back through the bulrushes to shoot the ones that were closer to the water. So I think that's 88 that's there. We have message. Oh, okay. What do we got here? So shooting down this way, only, my zoom was, I was at 265 millimeters f8, 1/2000th of a second, ISO 1000 at this one. So I had moved a little bit closer to the pond part of it, or the melted water part of the pond, and that's how those bulrushes were in the way to get this shot, and that basically closed it out. That was the last shot. I did have some other photos, but I didn't include those in the video, and I don't have them ready for this, so I'm not going to show those. But I'm going to take a quick break, got to get some water, and I'll leave it on a slideshow of pretty much the photos we just went through, and I will be back in a few seconds. All right, see you in a bit. All right, back. Got myself some water. Mouth's a little dry. I didn't really check to see if I had audio in my Be Right Back slideshow. I don't know, I'll have to check that out later. Okay, so where were we? Photos I did, video I did. All right. If there's any, questions you got in the chat, I'm working on Discord. Haven't got that quite set up yet. Don't see anything in the YouTube chat, so yeah, I guess I could call it a night on this one. Thanks for viewing in, watching, and if you got any questions or comments or anything, leave it in the video below, or once I post it now on the live stream, then you can shoot me any questions and I'll try to answer them. And if not, we'll see you next week, and we'll see you in the next videos. Have a great one.